It is the most famous office on the planet, where wars have been waged, disasters managed, its round walls witness to some of the most dramatic moments of American democracy. And every 4 or 8 years, it is transformed as its occupant changes. The decor of the Oval Office symbols of an administration's vision for the country. And on President Biden's first full day in the White House, let's take a look inside the Oval Office. To the left now of the Resolute desk, Biden replaced the portrait of Andrew Jackson that President Trump had displayed. He replaced it with a picture of Benjamin Franklin, giving the boot to one of America's most controversial presidents in favor of one of the founding fathers who made huge contributions to science. No coincidence that he figures prominently along with a display of moon rocks as this White House promises to bring truth and science back to the White House. Then behind the desk, Biden chose to display a bust of Latino-American civil rights and labor leader Cesar Chavez, whose granddaughter, by the way, is Biden's director of intergovernmental affairs. And of course, as you can see there, which is customary, there are family photos. And this includes one prominently displayed of his late son, Beau. To the right of the desk, Biden has brought back the famous painting, The Avenue in the Rain, to the Oval. The patriotic scene was completed in 1917 as U.S. entry into the First World War was imminent. And this oil painting also hung in the Oval during the Obama and the Clinton administrations. Then across the room, the wall of the Biden Oval features paintings of George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, and FDR, who notably led the country through several crises at once. He is very prominent there. And what's also interesting as you look at these pictures is the Jefferson and the Hamilton portraits, because they're next to each other on the wall, though these two men famously disagreed with each other. The Oval is filled with other tributes to American historical figures. There is a bust of Martin Luther King Jr. There's also one of Robert Kennedy, key figures of the civil rights movement, as well as Rosa Parks, whose refusal to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955 sparked a bus boycott that ultimately forced the city to integrate its busing system. And then Eleanor Roosevelt, one of America's most consequential first ladies, as well as Daniel Webster, who is the former senator who fiercely defended the Union. But no longer there is the bust of Winston Churchill that Trump prominently had on display. On the Resolute desk itself, there are 2 phones. There's a cup and saucer set, which is something that we did not see during the tenure of Biden's predecessor, who was a Diet Coke enthusiast. Trump was rarely pictured with a coffee cup at his side, and he reportedly had a button to summon a staffer to bring him his favorite soft drink. There's another notable contrast, and that is Biden's pens. There's a box of them that he can use to sign orders. That's not particularly unusual, but it is quite different from the Sharpie-style markers that Trump used to make his oversized signature stand out on documents. And even the desk chair is different. You can see Biden, we saw him sitting in a dark brown leather chair, tufted, after Trump's thick reddish-brown executive seat that was identical to, if it was not the same one, that he used before he became president. And the Bidens also switched out the rug. They have a yellow gold Oval Office rug that they switched out, and they put in a blue one that features the presidential seal, and it's ringed by a floral rim. An official with Biden's Oval Office operations telling the Washington Post that, quote, it was important for President Biden to walk into an Oval that looked like America.